Hi there, this is Dawn, and I taught myself how to crochet recently, and I've been making these fingerless mittens. I fell in love with them, and a whole bunch of other people did as well, so I'm going to just go over a few things about my mittens. Let's see. First off, a lot of people ask, how can it work? I mean, your fingertips are still exposed. And you know what? This was surprising to me too. Even this super thin one works very well. And the reason is because we have so many blood vessels right at the surface here, and you know, throughout your hand. So they lose heat very quickly, very easily. So just by covering up the majority of your hand, you actually save up, and your body saves up enough energy to warm the rest of your fingers. And I find that I love this because my fingers have all the dexterity to do everything, because you know I'm quite active, but they are still they're still perfectly warm. Now, of course, it's also going to depend on weather. I mean, I'm in Southern California, and even though it's winter, it's not as cold as like Alaska, right? We don't actually have any snow, but of course, you can also use this as a liner underneath thicker gloves and stuff like that. But for Southern California, our weather, and also indoors, when I'm on the computer a lot, I'm typing and stuff like that, I am typing and using the mouse. I want my fingertips to be free. But because I'm sitting for long periods, my hands get cold, because your body prioritizes heat to your core first and your extremities last. So if I am able to conserve energy in this central area here, I mean, all that extra energy just goes straight into heating up my fingertips. In fact, look at my fingertips are kind of pink right now. They're like super warm right now. So even the thin ones. Now, another thing that I notice is, you know how sometimes when you're going to sleep, if you have the covers pulled over your entire body, then you're too hot. But if you don't have the covers, you're too cold. But if you have one leg under the covers and one leg under the covers, one leg out of the covers, it's the perfect temperature. I find that that is exactly the same thing with the fingerless mittens. To have the majority of your hand in here, but your fingertips out, that makes a perfect balance of heat. Oh, another great thing about these is, one, they're super slim and easy, especially if you pick this yarn. But also, if you need to wash your hands or you need to do something real quick, you just pull your thumb back into it, slide it up your wrist, do whatever you need to do that's dirty, or wash your hands or whatever, and then when you want it again, then you can just pull it back on like that. So you don't, you know, have to worry about all that. And then when you want to put it away, it's super compact. I mean, it's just a tiny little package. Now this is just one, but this one I actually really love because of how thin it is, how it's so shiny, smooth, it looks beautiful, it's elegant, but it's still quite warm. Now, let's see, this is, what is this? I think this is Nuboo. Lion brand Nuboo. It's 100% lyocell, eco-friendly production of lyocell fabric made from plants, leads the fiber industry in terms of energy and water consumption. It's basically like bamboo, and I have different colors. This color is mushroom. There's a beautiful shine to it. It is silky smooth, very minimal fuzzing. So very minimal fuzzing. It's very clean. It's very minimal, but it is kind of heavy for its size, like, and it's got a beautiful drape. I mean, it just drapes on. So this is one of my favorites. I have it in mushroom color, which is I would call this like a lavender with a light brownish to it, but lavendery. This one is a little bit darker. So this is walnut. And I don't know, I would still consider this lavender, but just with a hint more brown to it. I don't know, I love this color. Then this one is mocha, so kind of more brown, more tannish brown to it. And last one, this one is dragonfly, and it's kind of a tealish silvery blue color. All right, so those are the colors I have in the Nuboo, and I might be getting more colors. I might have some more coming, but that's what I have for that. Now for the multi-color, oh, this is my one and only crochet hook. Ta-da! So all of my mittens and everything crochet is done by this hook. All right, so multicolors. Actually, all my multicolors are on the bottom, so let's get rid of some of this yarn over here. Then I have some Caron Simply Soft. This has more fuzz to it. It is thicker. It is more like your standard yarn when you think of yarn. There is a little shine to it, and it's really pretty. And I have this in Dark Country Blue, in Plum Perfect. Get rid of all of this as I go. This is how it came to me when it was shipped. Yarn barf. I have a yarn winder though, so I will fix this. But this one is charcoal heather. It's like a dark gray, but it's, I don't want to say it's speckled, but it's kind of got the silvery, dark gray with the silvery in it. It's really nice. And let's see, what is this color? Country Blue. It is a metallic-y silvery blue color. And the last one of these is Plum Wine, which is a dark peach pink, sort of, very pretty, but more pinkish to it. All right, then if you want to have some multicolor speckles, I have the Simply Soft Speckles, and this one is vintage. It's like a cream color with little hints, little speckles of blue, green, pink, orange spread throughout. I have, this one is Abyss, and this is a blue, a light blue with some darker green highlights speckled throughout. This is Riviera, and it has green, a light green with a darker green and a hint of teal and blue sprinkles throughout. And this is Wisteria. So we've got like a lavender pink with some darker burgundy, really dark purple, almost to the point of brownish gray black, but very pretty. So all of the yarns, the only yarns that I will work with are the ones that I would wear myself. Nothing scratchy. I detest scratchy. Nothing scratchy, nothing stiff. It's all going to be soft and comfy. Now this one is Heartland, and it feels like it's got a little more oomph to it. Heartland, Artisan, Sensational Soft. It is very soft. It's got a bounce to it. And I got this one called Badlands, which is kind of a burgundy with a little lighter speckles throughout. This is a very hardy yarn. And then the other color, I only have two. This is Glacier Bay. It's like a blue, teal, green, maybe a slight hint of I don't want to say purple, but kinda. There's a little little hint of something in there. So this is going to have more cush. This is going to be a thicker yarn. All right, so those are all of the solids that I have right now. and I do have some more coming next week. And so then for the multicolors, I have Red Heart. Ooh, what is this called? Red Heart Inspiration? Unforgettable. Red Heart Unforgettable yarns. And I love, love, love these. But I understand that this is not everybody's cup of tea, and that is why I went ahead and ordered more of the solids. Also, the multicolors are more difficult to work with. It is almost impossible to plan out exactly what colors you will get, because it's impossible to know exactly when it's going to change colors, and it's not an exact science when it goes from one to the other color, and that is all going to change depending on the size of the mitten, the length of the mitten, and all of that stuff. So since I have this one, do I have tealberry? Yes. So tealberry is one of my favorites. You got a big chunk of teal, you got purples, creams, bluish grays. I love this one, and this is a tealberry mitten, and I made this one extra long, and this was the very first one that I had pulled out, so I'm not wearing it completely, but it's because I have my bracelets on. Okay, so that's tealberry. Then I have sunset. This is sunrise. Sunrise? I think it's sunrise. Sunrise has the bright orange and the reds and purples, and then you got a little bit of like olives and grays and stuff. So that's where it can be a little bit complicated. You know, some people, they're like, okay, I love the orange, but I only want the orange and pink and purples, and I don't want any of the grays. I can't do that. I've been killing myself trying to accommodate those requests to the point where I'm almost like, oh, I can't. Okay, so like, let's see. I think these ones are all stained glass. Okay, so stained glass. Look at that. The underside is different from this side. This side is different from this side. This side is different. See how each of them are so different? And this is all stained glass. So that makes a so if you see a multicolor that you like and you want one of those, that's perfectly fine. But please understand that it's going to be any combination of the colors. This one, I believe, is gossamer. I took off all the labels, and I didn't put the labels back on, so now I don't know but I think this is gossamer. Gossamer, and I think this is a gossamer mitten. Okay, and then let's see, I talked about you. What was this one? I don't remember. This is the stained glass. And I already showed you this. See, what happens is when I buy it, or when then it's all like this. And then I don't realize that inside there's a huge chunk of green. So then that becomes a real surprise when it shows up all of a sudden on my third or fourth mitten. And so yeah, these surprises, which I like surprises, but other people don't. This is Woodlands. Woodlands, I thought, was more of this gray and green, and then I didn't realize that there is a ton of dark brown and yellow, golden, olive yellow inside of it. Okay, so this is Woodlands. What is that all? Oh, an Echo. This is Echo, and do I have an Echo mitten? I thought I did, but now I don't see it. Alright, so this is Echo, and this is a darker, more muted. It's not so bright, but the colors are still gorgeous. And I love Echo as well. Okay, oh, and we also have Landscape. Now, Landscape, This is Lion Brand Yarns Landscapes, which I got thinking that this is similar to the Red Heart Unforgettable yarns because of how it's done. But when I worked it up, it was actually quite different. So the changes in colors is not, it doesn't change as quickly. And so there's bigger blocks, but you see how there's a skinny block, and then all of a sudden there's this huge block of this color before it goes back to this. And then there is this whole nother section of these colors inside. So this one is very hard, much harder for me to work with. I actually ended up making another swatch. Let me see if I can grab this out without it being too... Okay, so here it is. So I made another swatch. So this was after I ended it over here, ended this mitten. I ended it and then I made another swatch using this bright color over here because it didn't seem like this theme fit on this mitten. And so I was gonna make, and then it went back to being like that. So this, I don't know. And it is, oh, it's very cush. This is a very cushy, very, very cush and much thicker. It's much thicker than the Red Heart Unforgettable. This is the Lions brand. Even though the Lions brand doesn't seem that much thicker when you're just looking at it, but when it works up, it is a much, much thicker. So this is a men's size. I made this one into a men's size, into a man's size, and it looks hilarious on me. But on a man, this will be like just, you know, there. Well, if you got big hands. All right, so that is Lions brand, and I'm Lions brand Landscapes, and I'm going to be working with that. Okay, so if you're interested in ordering, then what I need to know is what color and what size you want. For sizes, I need 3 measurements. I need the top measurement. What's a good one? Okay. So I need this measurement right here, and this here is above the thumb hole. So thumb hole and how far you want it to go up your fingers. On me, this measurement will be about 2 to 2, for me this is 2 inches. For a man, it could be 5 inches, all right? So from the top of the thumb hole to the top of the mitten, how long do you want this part to be? And then the overall length of the mitten, and then thirdly, I need the circumference of your 4 fingers, and that is as easy as wrapping a cloth tape around your 4 fingers and seeing where the 0 meets a number. And for me, that is anywhere from 7.5 to 8 inches. I thought I was 7.5 and now I'm measuring as 8, but anywhere around there. These, all of these have a little bit of a stretch to them, and I want them to be a little, you know, it looks like it's going to be too small. You gotta kind of squeeze into a little bit like that and pull it on, and then it gives you this really nice hug around your hand. So overall length, circumference of your 4 fingers, and how high you want this to come up. Like I have this really short on this one, and on the tealberry I have this up longer over there. So I need to know what is your preference for that. All right. That is basically it. Oh, I'll show you these. This is a really pretty cream color. elegant and pretty. And then oh, I showed you the men's size or large hand size. I showed you let's see, where did my tealberry go? Here's my tealberry. This is a long women's, and then this is like a short women's, and this is a child's. And the child's is pretty much the same as the short woman's, but it is a slightly smaller. This is a different yarn, and I didn't show any of these yarns. Just let me know if you want. I have several different colors of these. This yarn is not quite as soft and cushy as all the other yarns that I've shown you. But it's kind of almost like a rolled t-shirt yarn. It's a different type of yarn than all the others, and it makes it so that it's not fuzzy, and it's just you know how rolled t-shirt, it's just a little tougher because kids are a little rougher, you know, and they're playing a lot, they're super active and all that, and was looking for a yarn that could stand up a little bit better to all of that. And so this is it. So this is a child size, and there you go. Now, cushiness, you have super thick and cushy. Then you have these ones, and I don't have any of the Caron soft and the Heartland and all that. I don't have any of those ones worked up yet. These are the only ones. But the thinnest is going to be this Nuboo Bamboo. This is bamboo. Okay, so where the bamboo is really elegant, clean, and thin, and still warm, there's no fuzz. This will kind of fuzz up, and if it fuzzes up, all you have to do is trim it. It's not a big deal, but some people don't like the way that looks. So there is that to consider. This will fuzz up, and I don't know how the other ones act because I haven't worked with it yet. This one does have the fuzz as well. I don't know if you can even see the fuzz. There's just a little fuzz. It's super warm. When I'm doing my crocheting, I do a very, very tight and very, very dense crochet. So it's not a loose knit. But when you're wearing it and stuff, there are little relief holes all throughout. Well, you can call them relief holes, or it could just be capturing more warm air. It all depends. But all of the yarns that I choose will be what I consider to be gorgeous, what I consider to be super soft and comfy, and what I would wear on my hands. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.